Winner. This one's kind of tough. I'm not really sure. Maybe top five. I want to kind of say the Raiders in a way.
The
Because they
Raiders
got
were a
Amari.
winner?
What?
The Raiders were a winner?
In a way, because they got Amari, and I think him and Clark work well. You kind of want to say the Bucks, obviously. I think the Jets actually are the winners. I want to say the Jets actually. I want to say Jets because they got Leonard Williams, who is a steal, and he's going to be sick with that D line as well. Bryce Petty. I really like Bryce Petty. I think
he's
could-
going to be good.
I think he could be good.
He can't be good in New York, though. That's the problem.
Here for a cheap price. My loser. I'm trying to think here. I want to say the Eagles. Or, yeah. Who did not draft the receiver that needed? Oh no, I want to say the Cowboys because they did not draft the running back.
See, that's funny. I'm actually going with the Cowboys as my winner. I agree with you. They definitely should have drafted a running back, but they didn't. They didn't get Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon didn't fall to them because the Chargers traded up. You had T.J. Yeldon later on, but he wasn't worth a first-round pick. I loved Byron Jones at 27. I loved getting Randy Gregory late. I'm trying to think who else they got. They also signed La'el Collins, as you said. They got Chaz Green for some more offensive line help. Damian Wilson. Some guys I've never heard of, but look like they're good for their positions. But I thought the Cowboys did very well in the draft. Randy Gregory's a steal. Byron Jones is a huge sleeper, like I said. And La'el Collins. So, I don't know. Are there any running backs still in the market?
No.
I mean, honestly, behind the Cowboys' offensive line, I could have a decent season. So, I trust Lance Dunbar enough. And Tony Romo still got it. They should have been in the NFC Championship last year, if we're being completely honest.
Let's not go too far.
I think they'll win the division without DeMarco Murray.
The Cowboys deserve that call.
They might have deserved it, but like karma on one hand, but they deserve to win that game. I can't fault them for that. My loser, on the other hand, is the Browns. I just felt like they didn't do enough. They had 2 first-round picks.
They got what, defensive tackle in the first round, and who else did they get?
Defensive tackle and an offensive lineman. Whereas you have your quarterback coming out of rehab.
You don't have a receiver because Josh Gordon is basically not a Brown anymore for the most part.
Yeah, he's a Green by now. Well, look at it this way.
Really don't have a running back. I mean, they have no offense. Basically.
Your quarterback's coming out of rehab. He has no one to throw to, no one to protect him, and no one to hand the ball off to. And for some reason, you draft a defensive tackle with your first pick.
Wait, hon, is Brian Hoyer a free agent?
Brian Hoyer is a free agent. Well, he's not on the Browns. But the Browns signed Josh McCown.
Oh, right. Oh, no, didn't he?
Hoyer went to the Texans.
Oh, no, Brian Hoyer went to the Texans. Correct.
Yep. The Browns have Manziel, McCown, and probably some dude we've never heard of. Maybe like Seneca Wallace, I don't know. But you have no one on offense, and for some reason you drafted a D tackle. I don't know what they were doing there. I'm trying to see who else they picked. They got Duke Johnson, who I like, but you had so many more needs, and I think their running back is tolerable for now. Like, to see all their needs, running back was not at the top of the list. I think they definitely need a wide receiver first. And they went defense with 2 of their first 3 picks. Or, actually, 3 of their first 5 picks. So I didn't like that at all. But that's just me. So now to finish this all off, it's way too early. Because we're just starting off May here. But let's hear your Super Bowl pick, Snowball.
All right, my Super Bowl team as of right now. It's kind of tough because like you really
Yeah, that's the point.
there's no concept.
I did this
I
on
think I'll
purpose.
just throw on the I'll throw on the Pack. Actually, maybe no. I'll throw on the Packers.
The Packers?
I'll go Packers.
That's interesting. For the third year in a row, I like the Seahawks. Jimmy
The
Graham?
Seahawks do look good, and this is like their last year because
That
after this
window's
year, this is
closing.
when like all the defensive guys like Earl Thomas and Sherman, like they're kind of free agents, need to get big contracts, and same with Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, everyone's getting minimum money at this point.
Right.
Russell
so then they're
Wilson-
going to start losing guys.
I don't know if you heard, but Russell Wilson and the Seahawks are tens of millions of dollars apart.
Yeah, they're
apparently.
not agreeing on terms right now.
So yeah, I think that Jimmy Graham trade is a win now move. And I like that. I think they have a real
And Jimmy
good shot.
Graham, which is a big plus.
And
Yeah.
as far as my Steelers go, I say there's 2, maybe 3 more years left in that window with Ben. Obviously not a Super Bowl this year. I'm not delusional. Last year I was delusional. This year I'm not. Maybe another division title though. I'd be happy with that. How about your Giants?
Giants, I mean, let's see what Cruz and OBJ, stay healthy. That'd be nice. See how the running back situation works. Or we can see Vereen as a receiving running back. 'Cause they really didn't have that because Andre Williams had like probably 1 catch and averaged like 2 yards a carry. He's not an every down back. Rashad needs to stay healthy because I liked Rashad before he got hurt. Defensively, that's where it's going to really hurt them. Defensive line, JPP's staying, and it looks like he's going to stay for a while. Trying to think. Linebacker situation still not that great. It's the same with the safeties. So I'm going to say 8-8.
They don't even come close to the division, right?
I don't think so. I
That's
think
Eagles
the
and Cowboys.
are still talented enough, and that's it. Every other team sucks in that division.
And just to fill you in on the NBA, the Grizzlies are up 55-39 on the Warriors at
Saw
halftime.
that. Damn, they killing it.
That's
right now.
crazy. All right, so now we head over to the hometown roundup. For the New York Rangers, last night they won 2-1 at home in overtime against the Capitals. So now they are down 3-2 in the series. Game 6 tomorrow night at 7 in Washington.
Okay, I'll do the Mets. The Mets, oh my god, 18-11. I would not think this. 18-11, first in the NL East. Playing the Phillies right now. I think they're up 3-2 at the moment. They play the Phillies tomorrow, then they have a day off, I believe, where they play
You're up
Monday.
3-2 in the bottom of the ninth.
Okay, was it 3-2 bottom ninth? Okay, so and then Monday, I think they play the Cubs on Monday. And it's a 4-game series against the Cubs, but Tuesday is a big day because that's when Noah Syndergaard makes his first major league start. And then for the weekend next weekend will be the worst team in the majors, the Brewers. So that'll be fun.
And as for the Yankees, they're 19-12 first in the AL East.
It's good right now. Good for baseball in New York.
Yeah, New York's looking real good. The thing about the Yankees is, though, like, they don't have anyone. Like, you expect them to be really bad, but their division is just terrible.
Yeah, I'm giving a lot of credit to Joe Girardi right now.
So they finished the
Dude,
series,
Tanaka's not even being like a star for them. It's just they're just hitting well.
and they have that kid,
they're getting it done.
and they're really missing
They're
Jeter.
like kind of blowing out teams too. They lost today, but they blow out good pitchers.
Yeah, I completely agree. A-Rod's hitting good. They'll finish the series against the Orioles tomorrow. Then for the rest of the week, they're in Tampa Bay for 4 games and in Kansas City for 3. As for the homer statement of the week, now, Steelers are in the offseason. The Penguins are officially in the offseason. Pirates are doing pretty well, but you know what? The Mets, it's not every day the Mets are in first place, so let's hear it, Snowball.
Man, it was amazing. I mean, if we did this, we had our show during the streak. Oh man, you have not heard the end of it, Nick. So, Mets 18-11 is looking good. I mean, I'm not gonna put any credit on Terry Collins though, because he really hasn't done too much or hasn't made exactly the best decisions yet. But the team's talented enough that they can stay at 18-11. Obviously, they could be a lot better if David Ryan d'Arnaud would be playing. But Fuliski's doing pretty good. They're kind of figuring out third base with Murphy. So the team's looking solid. Pitching's looking all right. Cologne is kind of stepping in for DeGrom's struggles right now. But DeGrom hasn't been too bad, but could be doing a lot better. Harvey is doing great, even though he lost yesterday. He only gave up 2 runs or 3 runs yesterday, though. I really want to see how Syndergaard does, because I cannot see G. I'm not going to watch G the whole year have these bad starts and pitch. He's the worst pitcher right now on the team, and he's always losing. I just can't see it. I hope Syndergaard does well so they keep him for the rest of the year. I'm really, really, really excited for that. And it's just a good team. Hopefully they can keep it up. And, the NL East isn't exactly the toughest division, so if they could stay consistent and play the way they were playing the whole year, they could win that division easily.
Now, I'm not trying to be mean here, but I'm going to ask you an honest question. How long is this going to last from the Mets?
Well, let's see. This is what usually happens. By All-Star break, they're usually, sometimes they're like over 500, pretty close, so they made a run at the end of the break before the break started. And then after the break, that's when they kind of fall apart. So this year, that's when I'll really be paying attention. In July, in the dog days, do they perform? Because if they don't, then no, they do not win the division. So that will be the very important time of the year.
So what's your unbiased, honest opinion?
I think they can do it. I think that pitching staff is talented enough, and if Syndergaard performs, can join that staff. It's talented enough where they can keep the team in games, and they won't have to depend on their bat as much to win these games. Because I think that's a concern, and that's a weakness, is the Mets hitting. They are not a home run hitting team, and they don't necessarily have the best average either right now. If you look at the team and their stats for each player, their averages really aren't that amazing. So the pitching needs to perform the whole year, and if it does, then they can win a division. Because the NL East really isn't that tough. Besides the Nationals, which the Mets have beaten, and they're a beatable team. If the Mets can keep up with them and possibly stay ahead of them the whole year, then they can win a division.
All right. Well, you know what? I like this Mets team coming into the season. You just can't trust them ever, and I'm sure you know the pain, the struggle as a Mets fan, and I really do feel sorry for you. We can only hope that it doesn't happen to you again this year.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
Of course. So now we're gonna get into our regular segments. We're getting back into the swing of things. Here at Jersey Boys Sports Talk. So the bro of the week. Now, I don't side with Jared Jones on many things, but he was a real class act this week. The Cowboys decided to sign La'el Collins from LSU. He went undrafted. He was supposed to be like a first-round pick. Yeah, it's kind of a sticky situation here because there is a case of, I believe it was a hit and run on a woman in his hometown, and he was brought in for questioning. Not as a suspect, but he was brought into question. And his draft stock just plummeted from there. And you can't help but wonder, like, what's going on right there. So basically what happened was he requested to be pulled from the draft pool, and then he'll just enter next year. But the NFL denied his request, and he said if he's not going in the first or second round, he's not going to sign with the team, and he'll just enter next year. Clearly that's not the case, though. He went undrafted. The Cowboys were able to sign him. Due to the Jamarcus Russell rules and all that rookie wage scale business, they weren't able to give him as much money as they wanted to. But Jerry Jones gave him a shot, took him and his mother to dinner, and Jerry Jones actually had a press conference, and he got choked up a little bit talking about La'el Collins, and it was really nice to see. You don't really see that from Jerry Jones a whole lot. But the Cowboys look good this year. They just need a running back. I don't know if you can depend on Lance Dunbar all that much, but we'll see how it goes for the Cowboys. Now, as for the snowball effect, I believe it's Mr. Tom Brady.
Favorite segment of the week right here, snowball effect. Tom Brady, you are on it because you do not want to talk about the Deflategate, pushing it off during that press conference. That I'm pretty sure the Patriots called, right? Did they call that? thing, or was it the NFL?